Hey everybody, so one thing that is starting to cause some concern in the Bitcoin world is that there are more than 32,000 unconfirmed transactions right now sitting in the memory pool. If you go to blockspeed.info, you can actually see in real time how many transactions are in the backlog. So 32,000 transactions. I personally have a few transactions from yesterday morning that have still not cleared, that are still waiting on confirmations. So what does this mean? What is causing this? And is this a threat to Bitcoin? I've been watching it pretty closely over the last 24 hours, this transaction backlog. And the best kind of explanation I can come up with, one explanation is maybe Bitcoin's in trouble because the network is so congested right now that the blocks are actually filling up. One of the blocks I saw earlier this morning was 99.9% full. So almost entirely full blocks at this point. And so those discussions last year about increasing the block size are no longer hypothetical because now there are more users on the network and not all the transactions are fitting in. So I think the backlog, though, is not some kind of crisis. I think what's actually happening is that there's been tremendous interest in Bitcoin over the last few days. In part due to the block halving, which is only a few weeks away. I think that the block halving, that reduced mining supply, has a lot of people excited and speculating on the future price of Bitcoin. But then I also think that the fact that the price has been rising and there's been more positive media coverage has brought more users into it for the first time. And a lot of these users are not savvy right away, and they send transactions without the right amount of transaction fee attached to it, and so their transactions just hang for a long time and then eventually get settled in a couple days when a miner picks it up. So I think that's what's happening here is that there are just so many brand new users who don't know what they're doing, that they're using the Bitcoin network and not sending with enough of a transaction fee to get it pushed through quickly. So if you are sending Bitcoin today or later this week, make sure you include the right amount for your transaction fee. Most of the new wallet clients will actually estimate that amount for you and put it in, but don't override that amount. Don't be on the super cheap side. You know, Bitcoin transaction fees are already so small that if you make it smaller than recommended, you might have to wait a few days for your transaction to clear.